Ever wondered what would happen if our life-giving star, the sun, were to die? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? The sun, our great celestial benefactor, is more than just a ball of fire in the sky. It's the lifeblood of our planet, the very engine that drives our existence. But stars, just like everything else, have a lifespan. Our sun is currently in its middle age, so what if this brilliant light were to go out? Now, let's explore this cataclysmic event's timeline. Our sun, like all stars, is on a life journey, and its end is as spectacular as it is destructive. Stars, in their lifetime, undergo various transformations, and our sun is no exception. It's currently in its middle age, burning hydrogen into helium, producing light and heat in the process. But in about 5 billion years, it will exhaust its hydrogen supply and transition into a red giant. This phase is a star's dramatic response to the lack of hydrogen. The core shrinks while the outer layers expand, causing the sun to increase in size, engulfing the inner planets, possibly even Earth. This expansion, coupled with the intensified heat, could potentially obliterate any form of life within its reach. It's a narrative of cosmic proportions, a tale of destruction and transformation. But the red giant phase is only a prelude to the sun's final act. In its final act, our sun will shed its outer layers, creating a beautiful yet deadly light show known as a planetary nebula. This dramatic transformation begins as the sun exhausts its nuclear fuel. Without the pressure generated by these nuclear reactions to counterbalance the force of gravity, the sun's core collapses under its own weight. This collapse triggers a process called a helium flash, where the core temperature skyrockets and the outer layers of the sun expand massively. The sun's outer layers are then ejected into space, forming an ethereal cloud of ionized gas, the planetary nebula. As the planetary nebula expands and cools, the sun's core continues to contract, eventually forming a dense, hot remnant called a white dwarf. This white dwarf will glow with residual heat for billions of years, gradually cooling and dimming. And what about the rest of our solar system? Well, the intense heat and radiation from the planetary nebula will likely render the inner planets uninhabitable if they survive at all. The outer planets might fare better, but without the sun's gravitational pull, their orbits could become unpredictable. Far, far in the future, the white dwarf might cool enough to become a black dwarf, a hypothetical celestial body that's yet to be observed. With the sun's death, life as we know it would cease to exist. But what would a post-sun universe look like? In a universe without the sun, things would be vastly different. It's hard to fathom, but life, as resilient as it is, could find a way to continue. Perhaps not on our beloved Earth, but around other stars, with planets in their habitable zones teeming with the potential for existence. Consider the possibility of human intervention. With our boundless ingenuity, we might devise ways to survive in a post-sun world. Colonizing other star systems or creating self-sustaining habitats could be our salvation. Let's not forget about Earth. In the chilling silence after the sun's demise, our planet might become a frozen wasteland, but life could persist in the deep sea, thriving around thermal vents, a testament to the tenacity of existence. While the death of the sun is a frightening concept, it's a reminder of the finite nature of life and the universe. The death of the sun is an event that won't happen for another 5 billion years, but it's intriguing to imagine the consequences. We've journeyed through this cosmic event, starting with the sun's transformation into a red giant, an act that will engulf the inner planets and dramatically affect the rest of the solar system. From there, we delved into the sun's final act, its metamorphosis into a white dwarf, a dense and hot celestial body that will eventually cool and fade into the darkness. We also explored the creation of a planetary nebula, a spectacular cosmic display that will be the sun's lasting legacy. And finally, we pondered on life in a post-sun universe. Could life persevere or even thrive in such conditions? While we won't be around to witness it, contemplating our sun's demise reminds us of our place in the universe and the fleeting nature of existence.